That's good stuff.
Anyway, you got to edit that out.
That's when you know you have a good friend that you can just be that open with, right? You know, it's
There was 4 of them. It was 4 of them.
Oh man,
Ruth was off kayaking or something, and I told her this story when she got back, and she did not find it funny. She was
my god, dude! That is a moment where you ever have, I don't know if this happens to you guys, but did something ever like really funny happen where you're laughing about it like for a while? I don't know if that ever happens to you guys, but like something funny will happen, and then I'll laugh about it in the moment, and then like 5 minutes later I'll remember it, and then I'll think of another reason why it's funny, and then I'll just keep laughing. Sometimes it'll last for an hour, and Lauren's like, "What the fuck is so funny, bro?"
that happens to me often.
And it's like when it's something like that that's just so ridiculous and just catches you completely off guard.
Demarco, I laughed so loud that Ruth heard me on the other side of the camp.
Yeah.
And was like, "What were you laughing at on the beach?"
By yourself.
I would have lost it. I would have completely lost it. Welcome to Action Club Podcast, your weekly hangout for great conversations, big laughs, and even better vibes. I'm Demarco Crum, joined by Ben Weber and Tanner Spies. This week we watched Wrath of Man, and we can't wait to dive in and share our thoughts. Whether you're listening or watching, we're glad you're here. If you enjoy the show, don't forget to share it with your friends and follow us on Spotify, Instagram, YouTube, and Apple Podcasts. Now, let's get into it.
Okay.
Oh my god. All right, I'm ready. I just had to get it out of my system. I haven't seen you guys in a while, so.
Wrath of Man.
Wait. Tell the copyright story.
Oh yeah, I actually have two quick stories that are 100%
2 stories right off the top,
relevant to what we're doing. So copyright story for our audience, we got a minor copyright little warning, which really didn't mean much, but basically it said the music or whatever, and then it, they didn't do anything. But anyways, I did a fitness podcast years ago where I was doing like fitness stuff, but also breweries. I was interviewing owners of breweries. I kind of
Are you into fitness? Is fitness something you're?
He doesn't.
I'm a hobbyist. Okay. I'm a bit of a hobbyist in fitness, and but anyways, I ended up reaching out to a guy who did this documentary on the craft beer scene in Rhode Island. So super niche. Mm-hmm. Super nice guy. And we were talking about Narragansett. We started talking about, New England beers and Narragansett and Jaws and that whole connection. And he told me that
Narragansett
for the documentary, he was
that how it's pronounced?
No, it's Narragansett.
No. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
He's giving it a little spice on the
Narragansett.
Narragansett. Oh boy. So anyway, the guy wanted to put a very short segment from Jaws in it, and the rights for it were the price was insane. He said for a 30-second little snippet, up to 30 seconds, was $50,000.
Yeah,
I mean, it was just it was really cool, and he probably would have done the scene where he was crushing the can, right? More than likely, which would have been really cool. But yeah, so apparently, if you want to put a little segment of Jaws into a film or documentary, it's you gotta cough up some change.
We can just describe it.
Yeah, we can describe it.
Like Andy Dwyer, is that his name, in Parks and Rec, when he's describing the.
Oh yeah.
When he's describing all the movies, yeah.
And that's Roadhouse.
Yeah.
Very good.
So Roadhouse, which we've watched for Action Club.
Yeah. Roadhouse, which we've watched. One more quick story, and then we'll get back on track. I promise, man. So we've had our Amazon Prime account for years at this point. We use it for streaming, shopping, etc., just like everybody else. And I've been using Lauren's account.
Congrats.
I've been using Lauren's account this whole time for movies, renting movies, and she's just been getting super pissed off because it's been messing up her algorithm, because she doesn't want to watch the stuff I watch. She wants to watch true crime and rom-coms and all that stuff and a lot of like fantasy. So she pulls up her Amazon Prime and it's like, Commando, Predator, The Terminator, a bunch of like Speed, Point Break, all these movies are recommended. And she's like, I don't want to watch this crap. So she finally created an additional profile and she called it Silly Man Movies. So just like,
Okay. Alternate
excellent
title for our podcast.
So yes. So
We
I
can-
think
Man
that's
movies.
We can market it to women as Silly Man Movies podcast.
Silly man.
perfect.
Movies.
I think
Yeah.
that's very, very marketable. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's not
anywho,
wrong.
that was a little bit of a tangent. Gentlemen, we're back in the game. Wrath of Man, 2021 action thriller directed by Guy Ritchie, starring Jason Statham. This was my first time seeing it, but you have both seen it before?
Yes. Yeah, I
You-
saw it
Awesome.
once before.
You said you've seen it, Ben, but you seem surprised about how dark it was. Or
No, that was
you
him.
seem
He was
surpri-
surprised.
Oh,
He
oh,
was
I got you.
surprised.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
not
So-
surprised.
It was my first viewing, and I haven't seen all of Guy Ritchie's films. He has a lot more movies than I remember. I went through his IMDb the other day, and I've seen Snatch. I've seen The Gentleman.
Great movie. Great
Yeah,
movie.
Snatch is so good. And that's
Mhm.
what I was expecting, was a little bit more of kind of
Mm-mm.
funny.
No.
Yeah, and it's kind of starts out that way in the beginning. There's that kind of like, banter between the guards, but it gets dark real quick. And I
Yeah, it does.
was not ready for that. I was in for it though. I was ready because Statham rules, and you cannot go wrong with Jason Statham. But I was very surprised by how dark it was, and it kept getting darker. We just went down a very dark road, but Statham, he kicks ass, and the cast is super fun, and yeah,
There's a lot of people in there that you recognize
yes,
for sure.
Yeah,
it's very
love the
good. And
character.
is this our third or is this our fourth heist film?
We've had so many. I mean, this is
We've had
revenge and
many-
heist,
yeah,
This is
which
revenge
is a
and heist. Yeah,
fun combo.
it
Yeah.
is. Oh, I love this movie.
yeah. And the
Yeah,
opening.
you picked it, Tanner. Why did you pick it?
Oh, why'd you pick it? Yeah.
I really, really like this movie. And as we've talked about, I do like dark dark content.
Thanks.
And I just
Yeah, you're on a hot streak
fucking-
with that stuff.
For the viewers, we don't know why, but my Instagram got banned recently, and anyway,
Oh
yes.
boy.
I was just referring to All Quiet on the Western Front. which
Oh,
was
yes, I did.
A
I did
laugh a
that as
minute,
well.
Dude, yeah.
That was
What a
dark,
ride
but
that
in like
was.
a very
but in
I
a
mean,
like
this is
real
dark,
way.
like it's a very
Real-
real
like it's a
way.
real war.
Yeah, in that kind of way. I really love this movie. First of all, I love Jason Statham in pretty much anything. But I think this is one of my favorite movies with him in it. This is my second time watching it. Upon this watching, I think this might be maybe my favorite Jason Statham movie. Like
Whoa.
the score
Really?
/ soundtrack is amazing.
Sounds
Like,
great.
the way that it sets the mood of everything is and just Statham's persona and badassery, just the whole film is gripping and really I fucking love this movie. It is dark, but I like some movies sometimes can take me out of it a little bit sometimes, and
Yeah.
then I'll come back to it. But this one, I'm
Mm.
just kind of like locked in for the whole movie, and I really enjoy it.
Well, this does a lot. It kind of takes you out of the movie on purpose because it shifts perspective like
Yes.
a bunch of times.
Mm-hmm.
And we spend like a lot of time even with just the criminals. I did a little extra legwork on this one, and I went back and watched the movie that it's a remake of.
Oh,
Cash
man.
Truck.
The 2004, yes, French Cash Truck, Le
Also seen
Convoyeur. Did you watch that?
Yeah,
It's okay.
yeah, not as good.
It's not as good. They
This
do.
is better.
I'll tell you, those guards know how to party. I will say that.
Yeah.
If you haven't, did you watch it too, Demarco?
No, I didn't see it.
I thought it was so special. But it's just the guy's what, like a stockbroker, I guess.
Uh huh.
And
Yeah.
he has a much younger son that gets shot. Uh, spoilers for, I mean, it's based on that, but the kid is much younger, so it's like,
Yeah. It's
oh, it's pretty
they've
rough.
yeah.
Um,
They made it a little bit more
they filled in all the
palatable
backstory on
in this. Yeah.
the heist crew, like, and
Yeah.
then he doesn't have any, Jason Statham has like what is he? Just some like badass gangster, I
I
guess.
think he's some like criminal underworld lord or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he
That
has all
seems like
his minions. Like the guy in the original just is a solo. He doesn't
Mhm.
have anybody
Oh, nice.
helping him out. I love it. Jason Statham's guy who just whispers. He's just like, "You need to give us the information that we need, or you will hurt.
Yeah.
You will be hurt by this."
Mm-hmm.
I don't
I
know.
feel like
Sorry
that's
to get off
pretty
track,
intimidating.
but the remake is much better, I guess, is where I'm going with this. It's just like a
Excellent.
more flushed out,
I agree.
fuller movie. And then I don't know if you saw this, Demarco. It sat on the shelf for like 3 years because of
I
COVID.
did. I did see that. Yeah.
Crafted
Unfortunately,
man did.
it was a straight to
Yeah,
prime situation. They did never made a theatrical run.
yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah. They made the
Interesting.
movie and then they just didn't know what to do with it. So,
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
great. What are we
Yeah.
eating over there, Tanner?
Oh, it's not that
Famously great
exciting.
activity while recording.
Well,
Damn
I could I can mute myself, but I
it.
really needed to eat. It's not that exciting. It's fucking chicken and rice and vegetables.
You know what
Sweet.
our audience is gonna love? Listening to you eat. It's gonna be great.
I think so.
I'll mute
You should
myself.
leave
I
this
think
in.
I think they're gonna be into it. How funny was it when
Fuck you guys.
Statham goes in? He's obviously in tremendous shape, and we know Statham as an action badass. This probably would have been more effective for someone that had never seen a Jason Statham film, but I love the scene where he's at the shooting range and he's, like intentionally, making really bad shots and like barely gets that 70% score. And then that first heist, they try to take over the truck and he just like takes everybody out. He just goes Terminator mode.
So I saw someone say this, that when he's at the range, he shoots the target the same places that he got shot, which I
Oh,
don't know if that's real or not, but
Oh,
interesting.
no, that
I
I
makes
didn't
sense
I
because
didn't run it back
he took him like
to
here. Yeah,
check.
I
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
run him.
It looked like he
I'm
was honestly shooting the numbers on the
Yeah.
target.
I
Yeah.
thought he was trying to shoot the numbers to get 70% or whatever.
No, like he was actually shooting like the 6 and the like 5.
Mm,
Like,
yeah.
I can see
but
that.
whatever. But yeah, he
Mm.
just wanted to get 70% on the nose, right? Like,
That was it.
I'm jealous. This is a bit of a role reversal, because I'm jealous of you, Demarco, for seeing this movie for the first
oh
time.
wow, fresh
Oh,
eyes.
yeah.
Because I know, because you
What a treat.
you don't really know that he's this fucking amazing action hero
Oh, yeah.
when he's starting, and you don't know who the inside man is, and so when all
Oh,
of
yeah.
when
You
all
do
of
know he's
that,
Jason Statham, and he's like,
yes, but
Yeah.
by the
you
way,
don't get all the story.
all those guys there, when that, I don't, even if you don't know he's Jason Statham, when that dude shows up, you're like, what is this guy doing here? Like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy, I don't know. He just looks like more than some schlub off the street
He's
immediately.
a dark horse, as that one guy
He,
said,
Agreed.
yeah.
Yeah.
or a dark spirit, whatever
I
he said.
really
Yeah.
liked so this would have been a fun one for me
Mr. Nicknames.
to
Don't give me a
text you
nickname.
guys. What's that, Ben?
No, when the guy's like, yeah, I'm gonna call you H. Your name is
Yeah.
H. Hey H. And it's like, dude, what? That nickname sucks. Like you
It
got
kinda
Bullet
sucks.
and
I think
I'm
it's all
H.
right. H is good. It's mysterious.
I'm gonna
It's
call you T and D.
well, T's
You're-
not well.
You're T. I'm calling you T.
I don't love that one. That's more
Hey-
of like a parent nickname.
hey,
But H
D.
isn't that bad. Hey
I mean,
It felt a little forced.
he helped it a little bit when he said, as in bomb or Jesus Christ. It was like, all
H-bomb,
right,
that was
Jesus H Christ. I was like, okay. Although one thing that was fun was I started watching the movie and I was thinking, oh, this is gonna be cool. This is gonna be like, Statham is the good guy, and it's gonna be him trying to hold off an armed truck robbery, and that's gonna be like the whole movie. That's what I was expecting. and it was not at all what I was expecting. I did not expect any like it was a lot of twists and turns with the kid, and then it turns out he is a pretty connected guy, and then I found myself for a brief moment when they pull you out of the movie and they switch to the other crew. I was like, oh god, who are these people? I'm kind of bored. But then a couple minutes in, it's like, oh shit, oh these are the guys that were there. So this makes more sense now. And I got more interested because you saw more backstory with them. But it was cool. It really kept me guessing. I was like, and I started thinking, Bullet is being really suspicious of Statham. What's going? And then later, it obviously turns out that he was the inside guy that was feeding him all the info. So
honestly, anybody who double parks their Range Rover like that should have their son shot.
Oh my
god! Don't be a douchebag.
Don't double park.
Don't double park. There you go. That's a good.
Maybe not have it happen, but at least be in danger.
That's how kids die.
Think about, I'm not going to park like this. I remember what happened in Wrath of Man.
That's our teachable moment.
Maybe we'll just find a proper parking spot.
If I ever see either of you double park, I'm going to take a photo and mock you forever.
Wrath of Man is on.
No, so that is probably one of my biggest pet peeves is when people do
double
that.
Parking.
And, oh yeah, I mean just double parking and just being in the way. Like, don't be in the way if you don't have to be in the way. Sometimes it happens. We're busy, like airport drop-offs. Like, it's fine. That's congested and chaotic. But oh my God, you guys got me on a run here. My biggest pet peeve is a grocery store gas station where there's a big parking lot and there's typically a lot of extra parking spots and you're just sitting there chilling. Like, if you're going to sit there and just chill and not even just wait for gas, you're just sitting there like on your phone screwing off, whatever.
It's so
Park
specific.
in the fucking parking spot.
Oh, somebody who's pulled up to a pump?
Yes.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
So
get
annoying.
out. Yeah. No. Yeah.
It's so annoying. I hate that. And people that, okay. Let me shut up now so I don't.
We agree.
Take us off
Those
the rails.
are terrible people.
Yeah, they are.
And they deserve.
Get out of the way unless there's no room. Like we're
unless they listen to this podcast. Thank you.
Yeah, you can double park if you listen to Action Club podcast.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Bringing it back.
We should make some bumper stickers. I can park like this because I listen to Action Club.
There we go. Yeah. So bringing it back to the character Bullet, I always loved that actor and never knew what his name was, but I liked him in everything I saw him in, and I found out
he's a good actor
from an IMDb search. Holt McElhaney. And have you guys seen Mindhunter?
Yeah.
Yes, he's one of my favorite characters.
He's so good. He's so good, and I get so angry every time I hear about another project that David Fincher's doing that's not Mindhunter, and I'm like, dude, give me Mindhunter.
Make a third season or whatever.
Make a third season. Yeah.
I think he first came to my attention in Fight Club. He's in.
Yes. His name was Robert Paulson.
He's a very distinctive looking dude.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
He has like he's square.
He is very square. That's true. Yeah, but Mindhunter is a great show. I really wish that a third season would be made, but
yeah, I was that was one of the few where Lauren and I started it together, and we were committed. We were super into it, to the point where we were like, staying up late watching the episodes, just like, oh my God, what's gonna happen next?
Also a very dark show. So
very dark, very, very dark. So
let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Do you think you'd be capable of carrying out this level of wrath? I mean, this really doesn't apply to you, Tanner, because you famously don't want any family. Demarco, let's address you. Well, you talk about it a lot.
Dude.
Demarco, let's say Vivi gets shot in the face.
Dude,
can you go on a run like this, you think? After
I would say I could
everybody on a list.
I could.
You're like, you guys
with
you
the
guys
fucking
I guess I gotta do it myself.
Bloody.
That's the tough part.
Choke man.
Bag them up.
The one thing the easy answer would be like, yeah, I would just go get the guy that did it. But he had to go through so many people to find
Work.
the
Yeah.
crew to find the guy, and people that weren't even involved were getting harmed. So that part of it
A
was
lot of collateral damage
lots of collateral damage.
in this
Um,
revenge tour.
Fantastic. Yeah.
I mean, I can't imagine what frame of mind that you could be in after that. I mean, I don't even know. I'm afraid to know that answer. But I will say I'm also somebody that has no combat training, so I
Okay,
wouldn't like.
let's say more hypothetically. Hypothetically, you have the combat training, you have the mental wherewithal to
Okay.
withstand this. Do you have do you think you have the ability to go on this rampage if Vivi got shot in the face?
Oh,
As
absolutely. Yeah,
Ben's.
absolutely.
It's not all bad. I mean, he did bang the blonde woman just to get into her apartment, right?
That is
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
And
So
he
some
did.
perks to the revenge.
There was a redeeming little moment where they let the girls go. They like give him some cash and let him go,
I
and that
think
was
they gave
kind of
him a lot
cool,
of cash. Yeah.
Yeah.
which was cool. But yeah, I mean that's like, yeah. Whenever, I mean, kids getting hurt is sad.
It was just me that it was like he was raiding the Andrew Tate house. Is that what basically was
Yeah, yeah.
happening there?
Oh no. Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. Kids
It was
getting
like,
hurt is sad, but have you seen the kids getting hurt Instagram? Because that is
what?
hilarious.
This is why you keep getting kicked off Instagram.
So,
Highly
and
recommend.
I will say this, Ben.
It's fucking funny.
I'm gonna say yes, and I'll tell you why.
I don't know
Because
why I keep getting kicked off
whenever,
Instagram. All I do is love these posts from kids keep getting hurt.
oh
No,
no,
it's just kids getting hurt. It's fucking funny. You gotta watch it.
whenever I'm at the playground with Vivi,
Yeah.
and another kid, especially if it's like a kid her age and her size, that's one thing. That's like they're playing, it gets a little rough. If it's an older kid that pushes her or does something, my mind immediately goes to, I'm gonna fuck this little shit up.
Throw
Because
that
you don't hurt my, you know what I mean? Like, and I don't do it obviously, and I take a moment, I go over and
You
and
don't?
do
You
it.
don't.
But I definitely, well, I mean,
Bitch.
I obviously intervene, but
Fucking
but
pussy.
then there's like a double anger of
Throw their parent.
if there's no parent present, you know what I mean, or if they're not paying attention, then I'm like, then I just really want to, um, take care of business. So,
Yeah. Yeah, good.
all right, we're finding out a lot about each other on this show. This is great.
I think everyone knows everything that we've
Tanner,
talked about me already.
You're giving yourself a lot more work, bro.
So anyway, it's a yes. It's a yes.
It's a yes.
It's a
yeah. Would you, Ben?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't know if I'd make it as far, but I would.
I definitely wouldn't make it as far. Yeah.
No.
I'd give it a try.
Probably not. If I was facing equally trained people, then maybe.
Yeah.
Like if I'm
I will
facing
say,
combat veterans, and
Yeah.
special forces like Statham is, no, we're not going to get very far. But if we're facing other dads,
now this is a guy who would really not be much use on your starting five, because you need the motivating factor is just not.
Yeah.
Really, I had the opposite thought. I was
Really?
like, I would put this man on my starting five. I know we're getting to what.
Yeah, but he only wants
later,
to do all this stuff because his kid died.
This man is.
I would take Shaw over him though, right? I mean,
would you just be like,
relentless.
you'd be like, hey man, I heard that guy over there might have killed your kid.
yeah.
You just set him loose.
I just think that he's so determined and
He commits. Yeah.
and skilled. Man, I would have him. I literally wrote, I need this person on my starting five.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I didn't write it. I wrote it down and then I deleted it. I was gonna say I would almost trade John Wick, and then I was like, no, probably not.
Whoa.
I think it's like a 1-for-1 swap with like Creasy from Man on Fire, right? It's like it's pretty much the same level of dedication to like the problem at hand.
Yeah.
And Taken, is also not as much face shooting in Taken, I feel like, but
yeah,
a lot of torture.
Yeah.
And...
Yeah.
Lots of yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
I mean, I wouldn't be upset if he ended up on my team, but I agree. I don't think I would seek him out first. I mean, I would just take Shaw. I mean, you know, pretty much the same skill set.
who do I have on my team that I would replace?
Had another factoid that I found for you, Demarco, that you might find
Oh,
interesting. The home office for the armored car company
yes.
was the police headquarters in Red Heat.
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
All
amazing.
the all the exteriors are in Los Angeles, but all the interiors are in England.
Those are in England. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Excellent.
they did it.
Damn, Ben, you did your
You
homework
did
this
some
time.
You
I
work
love
know,
it.
here,
I'm
yeah.
digging in. I'm putting in the work,
You're
putting the
locked in,
reps,
man. I love that. Yeah, that's really cool.
grinding tape.
My man's doing the work.
Mm.
That is awesome. Yeah, we fun other little factoid for you that I didn't know. Guy Ritchie apparently was married to Madonna from 2000 to 2008. So they had
Yeah.
an 8-year relationship. So they
I think
Cool
that was
fun
pretty
fact
well
for
covered.
the yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
was it? Oh,
Yeah. I don't think that was a small thing. I think that
yeah.
was pretty.
My first exposure to Guy Ritchie would have been probably around 2008, 2009, and that was when I saw Snatch, and that was the first film I saw. And I don't think I watched much more of his stuff for a while.
I
So
think I
I
have
wasn't
heard
plugged
he's
in.
one of these directors these days who is not really on set much, that he does a lot of his directing from someplace else on an iPad or over the
Oh,
phone.
oh,
How does that
interesting.
work?
Yeah. Uh, uh
Not well.
yeah.
Okay.
He's getting away
Well,
with it.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I think he's still putting out great stuff. So, although I didn't realize, did you know that he directed the Aladdin remake? I did not
He
know that. That's really funny to
he
me.
knows how to collect a paycheck. I mean,
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah. He knows how to cash in on
how
that
much you gonna
IP.
give me for that? Yeah, I'll do that. Sure, I
Yeah,
can do
whatever you
Aladdin.
want. Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah.
That's really, yeah. I thought that was really cool and funny. Just like Guy Ritchie. Okay, cool. Go for it, buddy. Oh, one more little thing about the cast, and then we can go into the category. I saw this character's face, and I was looking at him thinking, I know this guy from somewhere, and it was the guy that played Sticky Finger,
Yeah.
yeah,
Sticky
Sticky Finger.
boy.
So I went through the little Google search, IMDb deep dive, and he wasn't listed on this other movie, which was surprised me. But I did confirm that it's Alex Ferns is the name of the actor,
Okay.
and he played Commissioner Pete Savage in the Batman, the 2022 Robert Pattinson Batman. He's the
Oh,
one.
okay.
He's the one in. He's like, this must be your favorite day of the year. He's talking shit, and then he ends up being
Mm-hmm.
one of the dirty cops that gets.
Oh, yeah. Is he the guy
He,
that's at the computers for
yes,
most of the
yes,
movie? Yeah.
yes, yes. So thought that was great. So that's always fun.
A lot of
So
like British that guys in this movie
lots of British that guys. Oh,
because they're
and we got
just
to
in a
mention
warehouse in London or whatever
we have to
filming.
mention Scott Eastwood. Clint Eastwood's son is in this
Mm-hmm.
too, which is cool.
Oh, that's who that is. I was
Yeah,
trying to put my finger on it. Yeah.
yeah. And apparently the character that Statham plays was inspired largely by the Clint Eastwood characters from the spaghetti westerns. Doesn't talk a whole lot, pretty stoic, but handy with
Yeah,
a piece. So and kicks some ass. So thought that was
for
kind of
sure. Yeah,
it
you
kind
could
of
see
has that
that.
like western revenge kind of flavor to it. Again with the heist kind of built in. So
Yeah.
which by the way, the opening sequence I immediately think of Heat, which I'm sure you guys both did too. And immediately you're like, okay, who's going to be the Wayne bro? Who's going to be the guy that screws this up? And this time, technically, the guard should not have pulled his secondary weapon. That was stupid.
Yeah, but
But then his mask came off, and then obviously the kid saw his face, and that made things go from really bad to just totally horrendous, terrible. So
Did we think that? So when the Jan, I believe, is the Scott Eastwood character. When Jan does like shoot the kid, he doesn't look excited about it. He's like, "Oh fuck."
yes, that's true.
I really should not have done that. Is the look
Yeah,
on his face. And then
he
the
does.
rest of his crew is like, "Dude, what? Why'd you do that?"
Yeah.
So it
I
wasn't the
really
Heat crew is like rock and roll. We got it.
Oh, No,
Wiped everybody out.
the Heat crew. Yeah.
Yeah, but after he shot the kid, then he just went full rampage mode. Because if you remember, they said shoot the legs when Jason Statham was running towards the kid.
But he went
he went up. Yeah.
Well, what was really cool about that the first, because you keep coming back to it, right, from different perspectives, which I love when a movie does that. It's always really cool. When you're like, oh, look at this angle, look at this from this character's perspective. It's I've always thought that's a really fun way to tell a story.
Rashomon.
But that first one in the truck, you really can't see a whole lot. You're just like, holy shit, what the hell's going on? You know, and then it's almost like a zoom out, right? And then you're like, oh, okay, wow, this was definitely not part of the plan.
What did you say, Ben? Is this called?
There's an Akira Kurosawa movie called Rashomon that examines the same event from like 3 different perspectives.
Oh, that's so that was like the whole one of the first ones to do it.
Yeah, so that's a trope that happens a lot.
Oh, very cool. It's like, oh, that's really I didn't know that. That's very
this one it all kind of, so in that one, like, things change a little bit with each perspective.
Yeah.
In, minor and major ways. But in this one, it's everything happens the same.
Yeah.
It's not like anybody sees anything different.
Yeah. Just from different.
Yeah.
Or more information. Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. That is one serious gap in my resume is I've only seen, I don't know if I've seen any of his films, actually. I need to go back and look. I need to go.
At some point, we should probably do Seven Samurai. I mean,
yes, which I saw as a kid, but it's been a long time, so I should definitely get back. Shout out to Josh Hartnett. It's always fun to see him in a movie after he just went on a. I feel like
this is before his like big comeback really started. Because if he filmed this in like 2020 or 2021, Oppenheimer was like where it really hit the gas.
Oh, that's where
and then he's dreamy in Oppenheimer, and then what's the movie that I loved it. I went and saw it with Tanner in the theater.
Yeah,
what was it called?
The one at the music fest. Trapped.
Trapped.
Tanner and I had a blast at that.
That's awesome.
Was a fun movie. Creepy as fuck.
It's so dumb and
perfect,
fantastic.
That's awesome.
That was a super fun movie. Yeah, I like that.
It's fun to see him come back after he had a really pretty awesome run, in the late 90s, mid to late 90s into the early 2000s, and then just kind of fizzled out. I didn't see him anything for a long time. So, but it's always fun to see him come back. And then did you guys recognize the last robber that Statham shot? When he said, he said, suck my dick, and, he said, do it yourself or suck your
Post Malone.
Post Malone, yeah.
Yes, Post Malone.
Yeah. So, very fun. He's had
Post Malone loves a cameo. I feel like
he does love a cameo.
Fun. He's fun in his cameos. So, I'm in for it.
He was in the Jake Gyllenhaal Roadhouse, right?
Yes, he was.
And he was just doesn't want to fight. He's like, no, I don't want to fight this guy.
I love that. And he's also in that Mark Wahlberg movie that was on Netflix where Wahlberg comes out of prison. I'm blanking on which there's like a lot of movies that fall into that category.
That describes 1,700 movies.
60% of his movies.
That's a lot of his movies. But anyways, he's in that movie briefly. So yes, let's get into some categories. Also, Andy Garcia, very fun too. So, but I will. Yeah,
Andy Garcia is in his own movie. Like he is. He basically is in.
This is
one
the most
scene.
Dad thing that you've done on camera.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
This was my dad's.
I bet I have actually seen that in my dad's house.
That's not plastic.
That's wood.
That's wood.
Yeah, I'm aware. I've seen this in my dad's house. So
quality craftsmanship.
Well, my favorite line in the movie is Andy Garcia, "Let the painter paint."
Let the painter paint. I love that.
Painter paint.
Yes. And Andy Garcia's guys are like, "Let the painter paint." What the fuck does that mean? Whoa, has this guy lost his mind? What?
Yeah. Well, I love how intricate the story ends up being. Again, it starts off, you're like, oh, cool. He's just going to be an armored car driver and it's going to be cool and whatever. And then it totally develops into much more
very complex.
Different crews. You've got the federal agents that are obviously on the take. And there's so much going on. It's pretty awesome. So let's do some categories. the Polly Award for most useless character.
I didn't think about this.
I'm gonna go with Boy Sweat Hartnett.
Yeah, me too. I thought the same thing. He kind of
he
sucks.
doesn't do shit.
He
No,
literally
but
does
he
nothing.
plays a comedic role
He's
in the
trying.
things.
You
How
know,
about
he does get shot, and then he, you know, goes back for more. He does
how
step
about
up.
the guy who called Statham Dark Spirit? What he's not even in the movie really.
Well, he's the inside man. That's
No,
Bullet.
not Bullet, the black guy.
Oh, that's just
He's
one of his crew, you mean?
arguably too useless.
Oh,
The whispering,
Moggy.
the whispering guy in his crew?
Yeah.
No. I'm talking about the black guy, the black guard
Yeah, I don't remember.
with Dana.
Yeah. I know.
Okay,
I know
yeah,
who
yeah.
you're. I know
Oh,
who you're
they're in the
talking about.
truck. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Or even Dana. But whatever. I don't think
I would
that
say Dana's not useless.
Yeah.
I don't think that boys.
Oh boy.
Okay. I don't think Boy Sweat is useless. I think he provides comedic value. And one of my favorite lines is when Statham says to Boy Sweat, "You all right, Dave? Or did you make poo-poo?" after he like destroyed that entire robbery crew.
Oh, we got one more before I forget. That guy who's in the movie. Did we notice Mother's Milk from The
Yes.
Boys is in the heist
Yes.
crew?
I did. Have you seen The Boys, Tanner?
I've seen no. I would say no.
Yeah.
I've seen
Well,
a
Yeah,
then
little
man.
bit
you're
of
not
one
gonna get that
episode.
one. Yeah.
No.
Which shout out to that the actor who I'm blanking on his name. Oh no, I have it right here. Laz Alonso, who
Laz
plays Carlos
Alonso.
in the
What a
film.
great name.
He is always in a cool shirt in The
Yes.
Boys. He always has like a Wu-Tang Clan or like a really cool hip hop related shirt, which is fun. So he always has always repping some solid music. There's
I have heard good things about that.
there's one more cast mention, and then we can actually move on to categories. Jeffrey Donovan, who
Yeah.
plays
Oh,
the main character
fucking Burn
on
Notice.
Burn Notice. Yeah.
I fucking love that show.
That was it was a huge blast from the past. When I saw him, I was like, this is great. This is really fun.
I have seen every episode of Burn Notice probably 5 to 10 times.
It's so good. It
was one of my favorite shows. I would wait for that to come on. I'd record it.
You remember those days? Yeah, absolutely.
Local guy from Amesbury, Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
I know that.
You can hear it in his accent.
And this is our second Jeffrey Donovan movie.
What else was he in? Something
Sicario.
else. Oh, Sicario. Yeah.
He's in the car, just with big glasses.
He was on the highway.
Right. That's right.
Here we go. Get ready.
That's amazing.
I love Jeffrey Donovan. Oh,
yeah. He's always an addition for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very, very cool. Yeah. There was another actor that was in something else, but we can move along. We're getting
just naming the most.
Yeah.
Just go through the whole cast.
It's not really a star-studded cast, but it's a cast that we all know really, really well.
But it's a great cast though, and it's a lot of fun. So,
Rob Delaney, I just know that Rob Delaney lives in England, right? So
yes,
he just came by the set one day to do his scenes.
Yeah.
And that's amazing. And we have another story about that. Wasn't there a movie that Arnold Schwarzenegger? What movie?
The Rundown.
The Rundown. That was he was just happened to be in town, and that was why he
did
a cameo for The Rundown, which was very fun. So
we love
all
cameos.
right. We did our first category. I'm with you on Hartnett. As much as it was fun to see him, I just was like, this guy sucks. Especially when he panicked in the truck. It's like, oh dude, come on, man. And he was giving Statham shit.
I don't know if this is a useless, but the dudes in the gun cage, I just it's too much of them. And then they end up being completely ineffective. They're hardos, and they're giving everybody a hard time all the time. And
what about Sticky Boy or whatever his name is?
He's in the computer room, right? He's not real helpful either. But the armorers,
But he doesn't even try to shoot. He just goes down. He's just like, all right, you're right.
He hits the alarm.
At least Boy Sweat, made an effort.
He did something, and he got back up after being shot.
Yeah, and went back out
round
there.
2.
So he stepped up. I'm gonna say the equipment that the guards have, like they are so terribly under geared, undergunned, under everything. Those guys came in with that armor like the assassins in John Wick 3, that like super thick bullet, resistant stuff.
You should watch the French one. They're in they look like ice cream truck drivers.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. So it's like, guys, you're a target. Can we get better armor? I mean, these guys just got wiped out. And again,
doesn't
like
Statham
Ben said,
say something about that? Like, you're giving us pea shooters and these other guys have machine guns. Like,
yeah.
How are we supposed to stand a chance?
Yeah, what do we do when we have a pistol against machine guns or something?
Gotta shoot them in the face.
Yeah,
directly in the face.
Yeah, but now that they're wearing that armor, which obviously no one could expect, that you can't really shoot them in the face.
But yes, it's very John Wick 3 of oh, we need different ammo. Turns out.
Yeah. That scene is amazing when Lance Reddick comes back in. He's pissed off.
So exasperated.
Takes the bullet out. He's like, I'm a pissing. It's like, oh, it's on now, baby.
You can tell he's so flummoxed.
He was very, and it's funny because he was so chill and stoic for the rest of the rest of the series, pretty much. So it was very funny to see him.
Well, you know what it is? It's like, God damn it, I have the tool for this job in the shed and I forgot it.
Yeah.
Now I gotta go back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which we've all experienced that. So we've all been there.
Definitely. Yeah.
Been there. So Bishop Award for most underrated character.
Dana? Can I say Dana? No.
No, that would be crazy. We would never say Dana. Oh, no.
I mean, in Dana's defense, she was at least a wise person in the truck. When it's like, dude, they're covered in this armor. Just chill. You don't need to go be Rambo. Like, it's over. Just chill. Like,
I kind of like.
He was the voice of reason.
Statham's buddy with the big hair, with the big gray hair, who was like, his right hand man, at the gangster shop.
Yeah. That's a solid one. Yeah,
I do like that one.
Oh God, why?
See, exactly what I was gonna say. He was like, he'll do all the things, but he's like,
I think at one point,
sure?
He's like, I'm gonna be cleaning this up all day.
Yeah. I love the scene when he's leaning into the car and he's lighting a cigarette and he's like, "Can I get some water?" He just looks so exhausted.
And he's like, "There's kids and blah blah blah," and it's just he's defeated, but he's also loyal and like, all right.
Yeah, this is the life we chose.
But he also, which you don't see that super often, and when you do, the person usually gets taken out. But he actually like kind of challenges Statham at one point. He's like, maybe we should think of a different approach, versus just the scorched earth. Which, by the way, the whole separating the movie into chapters, I love that. I've always
loved that too.
Really cool, and I think that's just a great way to tell the story. So particularly when you're like the 2-hour plus mark of runtime, I think that's great. I think that's because that just gives you an automatic pee break too. You're like, all right, cool, let me pause this thing real quick.
But this was only 90 minutes, maybe. Maximum, I think.
Was it? I think it was.
No, it's 2 hours. 2 hours.
Is it two? Yeah, I think it was 2 hours.
So do we think that? So Andy Garcia is like some federal agent, right? No, not really identified, but he's definitely like a higher echelon law enforcement. Do we think that he gave Jason Statham's character a bad list, just knowing that this guy was gonna go like torture and kill everybody on the list one way or another, or do you think he gave him a good list? Of like, these are people I really think could have done this.
I think
because he's definitely got Jason Statham out there doing his dirty work, like cleaning up his town.
I think it might have been a bit of both.
Yeah, I think so too.
You don't want to
sprinkle in a couple of
you don't want to piss off Statham, right?
Right.
And him get nowhere, but also like if he's gonna be killing bad guys, you might as well. These are who I can't catch.
But then he clearly gets credit for the collar at the end.
Yes.
Jason Statham just walks away and he goes inside and I'm sure calls it in. and it's
Yeah.
like
That's it. Oh yeah,
it's all the
totally. I mean,
glory.
that's very much getting into the Sicario world, right? Of like, oh, okay, we're just
Mhm.
gonna go take these guys out. It's fine. Weapons free.
Speaking of Sicario, have you seen Sicario 2, Ben? I was thinking about
Yes,
watching
Day
that.
of the Soldado.
Is it
Soldado.
is it worth watching?
Yeah, it's different. It's a lot more time with Benicio del Toro.
Is it more shoot 'em up?
If you
Probably.
like that character.
I do. He's part of my starting five.
It's like a road movie kind of where you're
Cool.
like hanging with him. Yeah, I recommend
That
it
sounds
for
great.
sure.
Benicio del Toro is just the actor that I'll watch him in anything because he's always great. I mean, he's just
Really good.
he's so incredibly captivating. And
Yeah.
a movie that we'll watch, this might be a post-tattoo movie. We can talk about this, but The Hunted with Benicio del
Oh
Toro,
yeah,
Tommy Lee.
yeah.
It is
The
so I
knife
love it.
fighting movie.
And you would love it. I think you would love it, Tanner, because it is there's some pretty dark stuff
Tanner,
in it.
they make their own knives and they are sick.
And they do
Okay.
some really wild knife techniques, like they're in the woods and
It is like
Tommy
the
Lee's teaching
knife
them.
fighting movie.
Yeah,
It is
and
the knife fighting movie. Okay.
and it's the first time. I
Very
don't think
underrated.
yeah, and it's the first time I ever saw in a movie the guy comes up for the stab and gets stopped and then drops the knife to the other hand to then go in for the stab. That's the first time I ever
Oh.
saw it in a movie. So I remember watching that thinking, oh wow, that's a cool technique.
It's got a lot in common with the first Rambo movie, right?
It
Where
does.
it's like, hey, this guy that you trained has gone off the reservation. We need you
You
to
got to
go
go
reel
go
him
get
in.
you got to go get your boy. And there's like the one of my favorite lines in that movie. It is exactly like First Blood. You're right, Ben. He's like, yeah, I trained him. I taught him to kill. I taught him to survive. You know, Tommy Lee being Tommy Lee. So yeah, The Hunted. That's gonna have to happen. I watched that movie way too young, and rewatched it way too young.
This seems like a theme with you two. Is
Yes.
I watched that movie way too young.
Yep.
See,
Action
this
Club
is
or How
where
My Parents
That's the
Fucked Me
bumper
Up.
sticker.
Yeah, the audience members that are our age and
Unsupervised
older,
child.
they will appreciate this, but the younger audiences probably won't, or maybe they will because of streaming and the ease of accessibility. But
Yeah.
when you have a massive library of DVDs in the living room, the center of the living room with the big TV,
Yeah.
and your dad tells you these movies you can watch, these movies you cannot watch, what kid in the universe is not going to immediately sneak the movies they're not supposed to watch?
Here's a question for you, Demarco. Do you have a large collection of DVDs in your living room?
Not in my living room. I have a bunch of DVDs in a bin under the bed.
Because I was going to say, you know who is unsupervised right now? Your child. In front of a TV.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah.
But, yeah, pretty much.
I'll drop off my new Delta Force 2 DVD.
I'll postmark it to Vivi.
Yeah. So that'll be good. I mean, it is inevitable at some point she's gonna watch something that she's too young for.
All kids watch some shit you're too young for.
Yeah,
but
because
you two in
stuff.
particular have seen a lot of shit you were too young for.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, Ben, weren't you were like 6 years old when you saw RoboCop or something, or 9?
It's
you were
true,
super
yeah.
young, bro.
No, RoboCop, yeah, that would be 1987. I was 9, which is also too young.
I mean,
Yeah.
I was
because that movie
I saw the first
in a lot of different
Terminator.
ways.
I watched the first Terminator with my dad and my mom. Oh God, I was probably 6 years old.
Oh my God.
And 7 at the oldest. And I remember my parents, they made me leave the room for the love making
For the
scene.
riding?
So I didn't watch that. But
Oh.
I stayed there for the rest of it. He's like, when he's got his arm open and he's like doing the eye, like I saw that whole scene as a young child, and it made me the man I am today. So I'm here with you guys.
Yeah, now you know how to find if somebody's a robot.
Continuing to share my
exactly.
love.
Cut them open.
That's right. That's right.
Cut that arm open.
Yeah, exactly.
I did love when I eventually did take human anatomy in college, and I saw the diagram of the muscles, and kind of the way they ran along the forearm. I was like, that kind of looks like the Terminator a little bit, the flexor muscles that bend the fingers in. It's like that's kind of similar.
Skynet, good at robot design.
Yeah, they're good at Stan Winston really knew what he was doing, apparently. So obviously legend. Okay, I have taken us all over the place, man, and I'm so sorry. We already talked about starting 5.
I was just gonna say, would they join or would he join your starting five? You guys both said no. I said yes.
No.
I'm going to say no, not so much based on merit, on his merit, his strength, but we have such an amazing roster to pull from, and I'm actually very happy with my team. So that this now we're in the situation of what would we replace?
I think
My answer is
it.
no.
I think it depends. If we're still, focusing the starting five around protecting him for 48 hours, yeah, he's probably not the best
Yeah,
choice. But if he's just, part of my squad, I mean, that guy's gonna get shit done.
He's
yeah,
to keep him motivated though, he's gonna spend so much time in with your sports psychologist team,
Worth
right?
it.
yeah,
That you have going. He's
yeah,
just like there's a lot of motivation issues there, I feel like,
yeah.
where I
Yeah,
don't have time for that.
but before his kid got killed, he was still, a
He
badass
was still an
lord of
operator.
the
He seemed like a
criminal
fun
underworld. He
guy.
didn't.
He's going to
Yeah,
get a burrito. He's like, they were going
fun
to the
guy.
ball game.
He
One thing I
didn't.
think,
Yeah.
one thing I think we should do is the next time we do the starting five, we should be a little more specific with the circumstances of the 48-hour
Oh, you need
protection window.
a scenario.
Like, is it a
Mm.
Home Alone scenario? Is it a you've got to get from point A to point
Is it
B?
a Home Alone
It could be
scenario?
So this
fun.
is
Yeah,
Dungeons and Dragons, basically.
basically,
You
yeah,
want to turn it
basically.
into Dungeons and
So,
Dragons. Okay.
um,
Yeah.
or a villain. You could have a villain squad. Who would be your villain squad to beat the good
Oh, yeah.
guys? That could be
I
fun.
mean, this guy is a villain, right? Like
Yeah,
He is. Yes.
he
he
is.
is a bad guy. But
But there are other villains on our squad, are there not?
that,
Deadpool.
the problem with the heist crew is that they didn't anticipate going up against somebody worse than them, right?
No.
Like
No, they did not.
they did not plan for,
Yeah.
oh, we have
I love the scene when
handgun Superman.
he takes
Yeah.
the rag off of his face and they see his face. They
Oh, it's
just
his
turn
own
around.
guys.
They
And
tuck
they're
tail
like,
Oh,
oh
and run. You're like,
yeah.
oh shit. I love that part.
what is he doing
Yeah.
here? We thought he was on holiday.
Me
I
too.
love that part. They're like, oh shit. That's awesome.
Can you imagine the conversation was just what was he doing there? What is happening?
Yeah.
Do we still have a
Just
job? I don't
And they're like,
totally.
just don't worry about it.
I know. I know. You're like, wow, this is
Let's
crazy.
just let it go. Yeah.
We'll hear from him when we hear from him. Okay, leave him alone.
Yeah.
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 I'm not able to think of one currently, but let's see if you guys remember we could go MacGyver Award for most innovative escape, kill, etc. maneuver.
I was gonna say the whole escape plan from the Fortico heist as a whole was pretty brilliant. I mean,
Yeah.
the 8 minutes before SWAT arrives, because we
Mm,
can only power through squad cars, but not the SWAT car, and
mm.
then pulling into that thing and having
Tunnel.
the
Gotta have the tunnel.
barricades go up, and then
That was pretty cool.
having the plans that were from 1957, so they wouldn't know that the tunnel was under there, and then the ATVs to the Prius, and then the Prius out onto the highway. I mean, that's like a very innovative and masterful escape plan.
Especially like a really unassuming car like a Prius that totally
Yes.
would very much blend in out
Yes.
there, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree. It was a great plan. And then it's so funny how I feel like we all probably saw this coming, but greed really takes over and they're just like, taking each other out, one after the other. It's similar, almost like a Reservoir Dogs kind of ending. It's like people turn
Did
on each
you
other.
did you think that Jeffrey Donovan was going to shoot himself before Scott Eastwood cut his throat?
I
That's
did.
what I was
I thought he
thinking.
was going to shoot himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that he knew he was toast, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was just gonna. I don't.
But when they cut back to the only person I worry about is Jan, and then the Sarge saying, maybe not. Like, I feel like maybe the Sarge, Jeffrey Donovan, uh, had reconsidered what the other guy, had said, and
Yeah.
thought, oh, maybe Jan is gonna kill
Well, he had just
Bullet.
also been in that guy's apartment and been like, "You got to take that motorcycle back." Like,
Yes.
fuck
Yeah.
you, boss.
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah.
Let me
So
help you with that.
I think you could perceive it as he might be going to shoot himself, which I certainly did. But on the second watch, I thought, oh, maybe he's trying to get this out to to take care of Jan, so Jan doesn't take care of Bullet. Because I think that he thought Bullet would distribute the funds to families,
not
but
screw
not
everybody
Jan.
over.
Yeah,
Bullet seems like the guy that would have done that.
I
You know,
think so. Yeah,
he was like he was dirty, right? He was on the inside, but
yeah.
he kind of I mean, yeah.
Well,
I
think
get the
I
feeling.
thought that until he shot Dana and the other guy in the
Then it
head
got
point blank.
yeah.
Then I was like, okay, he could actually
Yeah.
just run away with the whole
Because he
piece.
could. I mean, I agree. That was very
It
Like,
all reminded
in
me
the
a lot of
face.
the heist at the beginning of The Dark Knight,
yes
where
yes
the Joker's crew is just taking each other out one by one.
Yeah.
yeah,
Spoilers
which
for
is
The Dark Knight
so
if you haven't seen
amazing. Which, by the way, I
it. Check it
love the
out.
fact
You
that
should check out The Dark Knight.
we've not gone heavy into the superhero genre because
I
it's
I
great,
almost
but
picked The Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight definitely will be on here at some point because
I came this
it's
close to picking The Dark Knight, but I think I've seen it, 2 or 3
yeah.
times, and once in the last year or so. And I
It's
just
so
wanna
good.
pick it.
And obviously we'll talk more about the Dark Knight when we get there, but we'll talk about like that last act. It runs a little too long. That's the only problem. It's just the Joker capture scene, and then it's like, oh shit, now we got to deal with this. It's like
The shit on the boat. The boat's
that was
stupid.
It's a
yeah.
long, it's drawn out for sure.
It's
But it
very
is
drawn
a brilliant movie. But it's just to watch it multiple times over and over again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And watching, I had this, I think I was texting Ben and Tanner during this time, but like a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago, I had this really bad like stomach bug. I was like laid up, totally out of commission. And I was sitting there going, man, I need to do something. I don't really feel like reading, but I watched the Dark Knight trilogy. I just watched it straight through. And man, I used to be a huge Dark Knight Rises loyalist. I used to say, man, this movie totally rips. But after watching it immediately after The Dark Knight, it's like, damn, man, this should have been the last one. It's just, it's hard, And I love Nolan and I love what they did with the story, but The Dark Knight ends on such a wonderful note. It's just, oh, man. So, but it Rises is like, oh man, there were parts that are great, but it's also just like
still good. Just don't watch it one after another.
Yeah, no. Well, just like Predator 2. Like I love Predator 2, but watching it right after Predator, you're like, wow, this is a pretty big drop. Like it gives you more of the lore, the creature effects and stuff with the Yautja, the predators. But
no one calls them that. People just call them Predator. I hate this. Everybody trying to use this new term for this alien race.
What are you talking about, bro? It's been in the comics for like 25 years.
Yeah, but nobody actually says it in real life.
Demarco just said it.
Unless you're but I'm only a casual Predator fan. I don't have a bunch of comic books on my shelf.
Casual, bro. You talk about it all the time.
I love the Predator so much, dude. Another movie I watched way too young. Anyways, let's come back to the movie we're actually talking about today. Dorm room poster for best lines. There's a lot. Guy Ritchie's writing is always so fun.
I like Let the Painter Paint. That's
I think that's great.
That's where I'm at. Yeah.
Yeah. I also had that written down. Let the Painter Paint as my favorite.
Yeah.
That's probably the best one. Yeah.
Yeah. There's not a lot of like cool things said in this movie, like a lot of the dialogue between the workers is just like them
very
talking
matter
trash
of fact
at each other.
Yeah,
it's very yeah.
Or that work stuff.
That opening sequence, he gets hired and onboarded, and then he goes into the into the locker room. I feel like they were trying to channel some of that Aliens energy with Vasquez and the whole
the camaraderie
thing, and they were just trying too hard. It felt like everyone was just and Statham wasn't, because he's Statham. He's who he is. I feel like everyone in that scene was just trying way too hard to be funny, and it wasn't funny. And I was like, these guys kind of suck.
Do you think?
Versus Aliens, where it's like they're awesome. I love Vasquez. Like she's just talking shit, doing pull-ups and smoking a cigarette.
So you know how this movie jumps like 2 months or 3 months, right?
Yeah.
Do you think these guys got pretty tired of hanging out with Jason Statham and he's just always a sourpuss? And like He's just like, I'm here to do a job, like just all day. Like, can we just get some sandwiches, and like have a
Yeah.
beer and relax?
Mm,
Do
I
you think
could
that
see
would
that.
grind on you if you had a coworker like that?
I think that's
Yeah.
possible. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I mean, it's one
yeah.
thing to be in the mode on the job, right? But then, like
All
in
the
again,
time.
bringing it back to Heat, Waingro is just like running his mouth, chatterboxing, and Tom Sizemore is like, you can stop. He's like says something like, you can stop talking chief or something like that. I can't remember what he says, but yeah,
Oh,
that would
Slick.
quick question. Do
slick.
you
That's right.
remember when after in the pool hall where the Sticky Boy tries to come talk to Statham
Do you want
and
that
he
nickname,
pushes him
Sticky
up?
Boy?
No, please no. Um, but
Definitely
if
not.
you give it to me, I will
I'm gonna call you Sticky Boy.
Sticky Boy. Anyway, and then when they
Always
come
sweating,
back.
Sticky Boy.
All
And then I got H.
right,
What?
never mind.
Yeah.
Keep going, keep
When
going.
they come back to that scene, they see that he gave him the money and pulled out his key card. Why did
Yes.
he
Hmm.
do that? He didn't end up using the key card later, did he?
Not that I'm aware of. That
I
montage,
thought
things were happening pretty fast.
I thought he
Yeah.
might use it to like get maybe I thought maybe I missed something in the first watch and he
No.
used it to
Yeah.
like get in somewhere
Yeah.
later on in the
I don't
movie and
think you
I
missed anything because I also thought the same thing. And I think there's a scene where he grabs the other character's key card, right? Dana?
my only thought is that they weren't on the wall when he took the photo and he needed to
Yes,
get their backgrounds.
Hmm.
But I don't know for sure.
that's possible. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then they really make it a point. I think it's at least two, maybe even three little brief segments where he's just staring at the wall, and you can see like, oh, our man's up to something.
Yeah.
This ain't just a normal job. That's what definitely like gave me a little clue of like, oh, okay, this isn't gonna be what I thought it was. There's gonna be a little bit more to it, which Guy Ritchie is very good at doing the misdirection and Tanner's right. The music was great. I love the violin, just
So
that very
good.
foreboding
Johnny Cash
sound.
tune.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
so good. You can never go wrong with Cash ever.
Mm-hmm.
He's
Mm-hmm.
obviously very good. The Continental Award for Best Scene Location. There's probably only a couple of solid contenders for this one.
Jason Statham's office is pretty tight.
It
That's
is.
true.
It is a cool office.
I'd like to sit there and it looks great. I mean, he's a super serious guy, but he had some good office decoration instincts.
Oh,
Um,
and Jan's apartment was
yeah,
sexy.
Jan's apartment looks great.
Yeah.
That's like the
Yes.
All that
R-rated
money he
version of
spent.
Big, like
Yeah.
like you just
Yeah.
like, oh, I got this 40-year-old scotch. I got this
Yeah.
motorcycle over there.
Very
Stacks
industrial,
of
dark,
cash.
sexy. Yeah.
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 Yeah,
And
Jan's doing fine in life. He's
well,
he's
not
having a good
anymore.
time.
He's
Not
pretty dead.
anymore, but
But
yeah.
I
and
love. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, slightly off topic. In the first watch, I didn't really notice the Statham putting the phone in the bag.
Mm.
But then on the second watch, when it started
Oh.
ringing, I was like, oh man,
Oh,
like
you
he
see
had
him.
a
Oh,
backup
nice.
plan.
Yeah.
Because you do see him put the phone in there, I
That's
think.
cool.
Yeah.
So I that's funny that you should say that because when I obviously it was my first time watching it when I saw it last night when he has that perplexed look on his face and he's looking at his phone. I guess I had the volume. I didn't have it super low. I had it on 15, but I didn't hear the phone ring. So I was like, oh, what's going? I thought maybe he heard Statham in the room and then he's like, oh shit. And then I realized, oh no, it's the phone. And then I was, oh wow, this guy really put this together. So I love that scene. I was a little confused for a moment. I was like, I mean, he's gonna get it. He's done.
Yeah.
Um, but I was sitting there thinking, what's
Yeah,
gonna happen?
like talk about like a forward-thinking backup plan, and to put that into the movie is just like so. I mean, it really took the second watch for me to realize those like these little things,
Yeah.
um, which I get now.
There we go.
With you guys rewatching and being like, on the
Yeah.
15th watch, I realized that blah
That's
blah blah.
right.
Fuck you guys.
No, I mean, and to be
we
fair,
got you.
not all movies are worth a rewatch, as we have found out. There are some that
Yep.
should remain
Missing in action
in
too.
fond memories. You know, but
Silent Fury.
But Summer, yes. I love that movie so much. It's so
Anything
terrible.
with Steven Seagal.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I love Rutger Hauer, who speaking of which was obviously in Batman Begins. So
you know what though, Steven Seagal will return to Action Club. We're not done with him.
Yeah,
and same with Jean-Claude Van Damme. Like they're
oh, dude, no,
we're
Van
not done
Damme
with them.
Van Damme has to put them off for a while. You know,
you don't have
rush.
to pick them, and I don't have to pick them. But
I mean, Kickboxer has to happen, and Bloodsport have to happen.
Let's just keep reminding Demarco of other great people like Gerard Butler or something.
At some point, we'll have like audience suggestions. You know, they can tell us.
Oh, absolutely.
What to watch, and
that'd be good.
Come up with some real crap.
And this happens to me all the time, as I'm sure it does to you guys. But I will see something that reminds me of a franchise or an actor or an actress or a movie, and go, shit, we haven't even touched this yet.
The Teletubbies.
There's a lot. Yes. Oh boy.
Not touching that.
Oh boy. Nice work, Ben. Nice work.
That is a good callback.
I wrote I feel like we already covered this, but we can just do a quick brief one for this category. The Coach Carter Teachable Moment Award. I think Don't Double Park is pretty good. You know, or wear a better mask that's not going to fall off your face. You know,
I think Don't Double Park is a great lesson to learn from this movie.
Like you know how you hear older people be like, "Oh, I heard from my friend's cousin or something that they went double parked to get some burritos and their son got shot." So don't ever double park.
Just put that on your list of don't ever do's. Yeah.
Don't double park in downtown LA.
Yeah. It's pretty yeah. Don't double park, folks. Don't do it. It's not nice.
That's
the Burke Award for biggest asshole dick move.
I mean, obviously
shooting the kid in the face.
Oh
yeah.
That shooting the kid in the face.
Shooting a minor in the face.
But he double parked, so it was okay. But Bullet shooting both of his compatriots.
That was bad. That was bad. Yeah,
that was really bad.
That hurt to see a little bit, because especially like he was so big on the camaraderie and inviting Statham out, H out to go do beer and pool, you know, like very much like, you know, like kind of like that, like positive locker room energy.
He didn't even make an effort to like detain them. He just went straight for back of the head, front of the face.
Yeah, but once the money is real, like, you can't have anybody alive knowing that he's the inside man.
What's insane is it was such a crazy amount of money. And they, you know what I mean? It like split the 7 ways or whatever, which obviously everyone knew that wasn't going to happen. We knew people weren't going to make it out. I can't help but wonder, in Statham's position, like, you know, he has a lot of money over his career.
Oh, he's doing fine. Yeah.
Why couldn't they just pay some people off? You know what I mean? They could have tried that approach, maybe been like, listen, bro, like, you know, we'll keep it on the DL. Here's a cool mill. Just give me the name, and we don't have to do any of this stuff. Granted, who's going to be thinking with that type of mindset after their child has been shot? So, you know.
Plus, I'm sure he wanted the satisfaction.
And the names of the chapters, right? You know, scorched earth, liver. What was it? Liver, lungs, spleen, and heart. Which I read that chapter and was like, oh wow, we're gonna continue to go dark. And that part, that scene where he was like shooting him, I was like, oh my god. I mean, totally deserved. I mean, he, you know.
Also, another dark scene, just to bring it back to my favorite parts, is
Tanner's dark side.
When they take Jerome, the black guy who gives him the Gaethje brothers name, and they have the bag over his head, and he's like bleeding and suffocating at the same time.
Dude.
Yes, kiss.
Yeah, I mean it. Yeah, the bag over the head is just. And again, to be, I guess, full circle, given what Tanner was talking about earlier, that's like one of the biggest fears that a parent will have is a plastic bag, a kid getting it over their head because it'll stop them from breathing. Obviously, it's a problem. So to see
I
that,
always
you're just like, oh
You
shit.
better watch out for that. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
always think about.
I mean, it sounds silly, but they'll try to put it on like a hat, you know, or a mask or
Stupid
something.
kids. Kids are
So
stupid.
I always think about the actors in that situation.
Dumb.
Right?
What's
Like,
that?
I always think about the actors in those situations. Like, I mean, that can't be a fun acting experience.
I mean, you're
It's
basically
probably
being
not a
a
bag.
stuntman, right? Like,
Yeah.
Especially because you know that it is a seal because it's clinging to their face. It's not like they
Yeah.
have a little hole poked in their, you know what I mean? They're breathing. They obviously had to plan, especially in the scene with John Wick, right? In the first one, they put it on. You're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah,
still a
those
very
are-
effective method to make people very uncomfortable. So
Yeah. What's happening, Ben?
I'm back.
Ben's feeling it. Ben's feeling it. Last one, and then we can wrap this thing up. I love how long we went on this, by the way. I didn't realize I had this many thoughts about the movie. And then we just kept rocking and rolling. The Cruise Index, 1 to 10 scale. How believable is Statham doing the things that he does?
I would say it's pretty high, except for his one-hand pistol shooting.
Oh yeah.
Target shooting.
Yeah.
Which is like, I mean, you can be the greatest spec ops person
6
on
out
the
of
planet,
6 targets, one-handed.
But you know, all of that with bullets flying at you is it's crazy. And it's
I'm
the
with you there.
one-handed part is not that
I mean,
believable, but the rest I thought.
The fitness of him and like, you know, knowing he's like an Olympic diver and like that he really like
incredible athlete,
has that stuff covered. Like that's real. That's not.
And he's an actual trained martial artist, I believe. Like I think he has a pretty high belt level status in a martial art.
But it's not like, you know, Russell Crowe in a girdle in Gladiator, right? And you're just like,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if this man's the greatest gladiator of all time. This guy looks like he can actually run around and kick people in the face.
Well, I think I believe most of it.
And I love that Bullet says that in the early part of the movie. He said, you know, the next is the fitness assessment, which from the looks of it probably won't be a problem for you.
Yeah, at some point he's lifting and he's like, all right, enough of that.
Oh, he's just repping out
like,
135 like it's nothing, which is really cool. So
are you counting the plates when you see that? You're just like,
oh yeah, plate math, bro.
Demarco, do you do fitness or
yeah, I'm someone that is I'm as into fitness as I am Predator, and which means very, you know,
it's a lifelong fitness journey.
Very seldom, you know, not very frequent, but
follow Strength with Purpose on Instagram.
Yeah, check me out. Check me out if you want. But yeah, no, the most impressive thing that I've seen from Statham, obviously the diving is very, very cool. But that video that we have talked about many times, the slow-mo of him doing the bottle cap challenge is so incredibly impressive. And just, it's amazing. The slow-mo, just the rotation, oh man, it's so cool. I mean, and it's so funny to see all the other people try to attempt it, and a lot of mistakes and snafus, but the level of precision and control to be able to do that is no joke. So I'm gonna give him an 8. Honestly, he's up there,
very believable.
So 1 to 10 scale. Yeah, 8.
I'm giving him an 8. I mean, he's pretty like
solid.
Yeah. And I think his attitude really, I love Statham's tough
maybe
guy,
even a 9. I don't
brawler. No, I agree. Maybe
I don't know how anybody's going to get much higher than that.
Yeah.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
I mean, what are the serious contenders? There's him for being up there, Wick, Bourne.
Well, there's like the reason that Tom Cruise takes it is because he actually flies the plane.
He does,
or like actually flies the helicopter, or
and
like,
he actually went underwater
plane
for like 6 minutes or something crazy.
Yeah,
for that stunt in which one was it, Ben?
Yeah, if it's a 1 to 10 scale, he's at like 54.
Yes,
right?
Ghost
like,
Protocol.
Yeah, he's up there. So I saw that one in theaters with Lauren, and we were both like, "Oh my god!" Which is
People were throwing up, I think, in the theater
when
when that happened.
yeah, when the camera thing was rotating around and smacked him, you're like, oh no! And then look at the time on his suit. That's so good, so good. Well, man, that's it for our categories. This was a great pick, Tanner. This was really good.
Good one.
This is fun.
I'm excited to rewatch it, knowing where we're going, so I can be a little bit more into it. Because I definitely, again, the first half hour, I'm just like, oh my god, what's going on here? This is not my usual Guy Ritchie experience, with more of the funny banter and the kind of dark comedy. Because the last one I saw was The Gentleman, which is very very back and forth. There's dark moments, but there's also a bunch of really funny,
good movie.
Yeah, lots of really funny. I mean, McConaughey obviously is
also a very stretched out movie.
Yes, very very stretched out. So, and shout out to the animated opening credits. That's always so cool after the very minimalist approach that filmmakers have had, for
I appreciate credits in the beginning, but I skipped through all that shit. So I mean, I get it, right?
You've seen the
credits. I've seen it. And
that's
you
true.
put the credits in the beginning so that you can't skip it at the end, especially if it's in theaters. But when I just want to watch the movie.
You just want to watch the movie. But it's a huge, it's obviously a callback to the Bond films as well.
I was just going to say, yeah, Bond.
Particularly with the song and that was, obviously a big thing. So, but it sets the mood for sure. You're like, oh yeah, some shit's going to go down in this one.
Yeah.
So, any more thoughts about this film, guys? I feel like we've riffed on this for a good,
I feel like I got a lot out there. Got a lot to say.
Yeah, shout out to Ben. You really came in.
Did the work here.
I'm trying to step it up.
You're kind of the H of this podcast episode. You came in and I knew you were going to bring great insights. But you came in.
I'm the H. You're the boy
Demarco's
sweat,
boy sweat, and I'm
Tanner's
Sticky Boy.
Sticky Boy.
I probably
Sticky Boy.
Yeah, I probably would panic if I was in that truck. So yeah, I think that's totally fair. I could also see myself pushing the button and just immediately dropping down to the ground as well, and just waiting for the cavalry to arrive. And then one more thing, because I can never shut my mouth. The only other single arm shooter that I think is like on that level would be Rick Grimes from The Walking Dead. I love he shoots that gold python single arm nailing headshots. Like, bro, come on.
Yeah, that thing's a hand cannon. I mean,
it is so insane. I love it. It's and again, Tanner and I have been to gun ranges before. Tanner much more than I have, but I don't know if you ever have been. It is a lot harder than it looks. They make it look very easy in the movies. And again, it's one thing to hit a piece of paper with a picture on it versus, moving targets, and you're moving and you're breathing and you're all that stuff. So a lot of science. So, but I'm not into fitness that much. I don't know much about it. So I'm just a hobbyist. So anyways, I want to thank you all so much for tuning in with us for another episode of the Action Club podcast. This was great. We had a blast, and I'm Demarco Crum. We got Tanner Spees, Ben Weber in the house, and we will catch you next time.
See ya.
Fuckers.